This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Ukwade, and this is Africa Now. South Africans started voting on Monday in municipal elections, seen as the country's ruling African National Congress stiffest local polls that are facing discontent over poor services and stark inequality 27 years after ending white minority rule. Polls for the sixth round of local government elections opened at 500 GMT and are scheduled to close at 1900 GMT. People are selecting local decision makers for their communities and not the political party to lead the country at large, who will be tasked with the delivery of basic services. However, voter apathy remains high. A third of eligible voters still haven't registered to cast their ballots, the Independent Electoral Commission says. 2 people have died and hundreds evacuated after an underground pipeline in the coastal city of Durban exploded around 3 a.m. Sunday morning, forcing hundreds of local residents to flee their homes and authorities shutting down a petroleum pipeline. State-owned South African firm Transnet in a statement says its initial assessment suggested the blaze was caused by an attempt by 3 people to steal fuel from the pipeline. Now moving away from South Africa, Tigrayan and Oromo forces fighting Ethiopia's central government says they have seized control of towns on Sunday as the Prime Minister appealed for citizens to take up arms. The spreading conflict threatens to further destabilize Africa's second most populous nation, once considered a stable Western ally in a volatile region. In a Facebook post on Sunday, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed urged his supporters to use any weapons and resources they have to stop an advance by Tigrayan rebel forces. The Amhara National Regional State Council on Sunday declared a 9-point emergency decree, which includes the suspension of regular activities by all government institutions in the state and statewide curfew. Now to Sudan. A senior official of the United Nations on Sunday with Sudan's ousted Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok discussed mediation options and possible next steps for Sudan. The meeting comes a day after hundreds of thousands of protesters hit the streets to demand an end to military rule and the restoration of a civilian-led government. A doctors' committee says security forces shot dead 3 people during the nationwide protest on Saturday. This brought the number of protesters killed in clashes with security forces to at least 14. Ibrahim Gandor, head of Sudan's former ruling National Congress Party and a former foreign minister under disposed President Omar al-Bashir, has been released from prison, says a family source. Gandor was imprisoned in 2020 after Omar al-Bashir's ouster. Gandor, whose background is in academia as opposed to the military, was chosen as part of an attempt by the Sudanese government to boost ties with the United States. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. Business stories and more coming your way after the break. So stay tuned. Welcome back in business. Uganda's government has made extensive cuts of 203.4 billion shillings from its ministries, department and agencies budget for 2021 and 2022 current financial year. The measure is taken to cut down the wasteful spending and redirect the available finances into areas that will resuscitate the COVID-19 battered economy. Overall, at least 106 government entities will be affected with the cut, including universities, parastatals and various commissions of governments. Algeria's presidency says it has stopped gas exports through a pipeline that crosses neighboring Morocco due to Morocco's hostile act towards Algeria, undermining national unity. The president also ordered the oil company Sonatrach to cut off trade relations with the Moroccan electricity company. A statement from the presidency says Morocco also uses some of the gas to produce about 10% of its electricity. Algeria accuses Rabat of supporting Algerian separatists and using Israeli technology to spy on its officials. And moving away from business, religious groups and other opposition parties in the Democratic Republic of Congo oppose the appointment of Denis Kadima as electoral chief. The Archbishop of Kinshasa, Cardinal Fridolin Ambongo, during his visit to the neighboring Congo-Brazzaville, said that he had disagreed with the choice of the head of the Electoral Commission. Amid controversy over his nomination, Congo's Constitutional Court on Tuesday swore in the Electoral Commission chief. The initiative to ban corporal punishment in Sierra Leone schools have been lauded by many, but a great concern for teachers. According to a report by Strengthening Accountability Building Inclusion, 89% of students report having been flogged in school, and a frequency of about 56% reporting being flogged once a week is eminent. The Ministry of Education in a press release says a comprehensive policy and strategy that includes training and support for teachers in positive discipline will be implemented. Now, unidentified armed men killed 5 police officers in an attack on security forces in northern Burkina Faso in the early hours of Sunday, in which around 15 of the attackers died, the security ministry says in a statement. The incident occurred in Sierra province in the borderlands near Mali, where Islamist groups with links to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State have increased attacks in recent years, despite international efforts to stamp them out. And that is it on Africa Now. For more updates, to visit our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Do follow and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube. Do stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Ukwade. Thanks for watching.